Kobe, do you feel that?
What's that, Barry?
The air around you. There's really not a lot to quote from here, but Jean-Claude Van Damme kept saying that. So
Yes.
you have to feel the air, Kurt. What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This.
Music.
Welcome back, guys, to the final movie of Underground Fight Club month. I don't know, why did I stutter at that last part? And as this is the month Kobe chose, what a way to end it, right? With a probably the most decent movie on this list. Well, like at least decent, as I mean, like story wise,
Right.
And so let's do our first segment. If you guys don't know, it's where I do badly explain trailers. The movie Dynasty you didn't know about. Kurt Sloan was about to be on his way to the top of the MMA world until he gets whisked away back to Thailand to pay for his pass, in which Raiden from the Mortal Kombat sequel has now put Kurt in a position to fight Mountain from Game of Thrones to the death because he killed the previous champ, which was who was played by Bautista.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're talking about 2018's Kickboxer 7 Retaliation.
Yeah, I had no idea there was 7 in this series. Even when I looked it up, I was like, oh well, yeah, like this is part 4. And then when I went to go watch it, I was like, oh no, well, I'm not watching part 4. That doesn't have Jean-Claude Van Damme in it.
No, yeah, you're watching part 7.
And apparently there's a part 8 in production.
Oh my God. Is it with the same guy?
Same guy.
Ah, man, like, really, like, I feel like it should have just ended with him becoming, like, an MMA world champ star. Like, the next freaking, he should have became that world's Conor McGregor.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because, like, what else do you fight after you fight Mountain from Game of Thrones?
That's true. That's true.
That's a big
But, like, I guess the bad guy's Highlander in this one, not the Mountain, and he didn't take care of him. Yeah. So there's definitely another movie coming because you still got to fight.
Wait, is this Highlander?
It was Christopher Lambert, so it was Highlander.
Oh, yeah.
Also Raiden, yes.
He was Raiden in the first movie, not the sequel.
Right.
I thought it was Raiden from the sequel.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah. I remember watching Highlander when I was young. I was like, oh, there's boobs in this one. You know me, I'm all about the early 90s boobs. Hey, listen, I think kids nowadays have it so easy. They basically walk around with porn in their pocket.
That's true. But the movies that come out, much less boobs.
Yeah, they're like, whatever. It's in their pockets anyway.
Yeah, we had to watch these kind of movies because that's the only place to find boobs.
Yeah, like if you dig up, like if you are able to find an abandoned Blockbuster that hadn't been cleared out and it still had VHSs, you can pick up all the movies that had boobs in them, and then you can inspect the tape and see where it was worn out the most. Like, this tape is barely holding on. It's been paused on this one frame for forever.
It's a little grainier when you're watching it.
Yeah.
Like, that's part had been watched so many times.
Yeah. like the first tape of the Titanic, much more worn out than the second tape.
Oh, yeah. And for the kids out there, you might have to have 2 tapes because, a tape was only 2 hours and then Titanic was like 2 hours and 40 minutes.
No, it was longer than that.
Was it longer than that?
It was like almost 3.5 hours. Wait, hold on. We got to look this up before we get
but
into
I remember
about this movie.
It having to be, you had to have 2 tapes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like kind of ridiculous, like thinking about it like back then. I was like, I have to switch tapes? this isn't Final Fantasy, where you had like 4 different discs. Where's the runtime for this movie? Yeah, it's 3 hours and 14 minutes.
14.
Yeah, that's a lot of Billy Zane.
I mean, like, not that you could ever have too much Billy Zane, but.
Oh, and Bill Paxton was in there. Man, I forgot. That's a movie I haven't revisited in a long time.
I probably only watched it. I saw it in the theater like one full time.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've watched the full movie since. Just maybe little bits and pieces.
Well, that's true because by that time Colby was old enough to buy porn. I had to tear away pages from my uncle's bottom drawer. Like, oh, I know he has porn in there. All right, let's talk about Kickboxer Retaliation. Now, if you guys don't know, the original Kickboxer is with Jean-Claude Van Damme, where he has to avenge the death of his brother at the hands of a Muay Thai underground death god.
Right, and Kickboxer could have just been Bloodsport too.
Yeah. Like, well, no, this time he's not playing the ridiculous Frank Dux. He's playing he was in the original movie he was the second for his brother, who was like an American Muay Thai fighter. But when they go, and like they fight like in the circuits in Thailand, but then his brother gets invited to the underground.
Right.
Where unfortunately he meets his end at the death god. I still remember that one scene that at the beginning of that movie, he's like kicking the pole, or he's kicking like the post. I was like, Jesus Christ, he's not going to survive. And so apparently the movie for the series or the story for this one actually this is a sequel to the 6th movie.
Yes.
Right? Where it was
like a direct sequel.
Yeah, a direct sequel because and the 6th movie installment pretty much has almost the same sort of storyline as the first movie. Where his brother gets killed by Bautista, who's called like To Fong or whatever.
Right.
And so he becomes a fighter. He does meet JCVD in that one, and he gets trained by him. Now he's in his like. So at the start of the movie, though, we get this weird train sequence, like Murder on the Oriental Express.
Right. It was James Bondish, but not really.
I kept thinking, I was like, am I watching the right movie? Because this is on YouTube. This is available on YouTube, and if you have ad block, right, you just pretty much have a free movie.
Right. I watched it on Tubi. It's also 5 of the 7 Kickboxer movie are on Tubi.
That's sweet. If you really want to go on a Kickboxer binge, but yeah, like he has this weird train sequence where he's like fighting off these people. One of them is notably Andre Silva, who's like one of the OG like UFC champs. Mm-hmm. He's the one with like a hatchet.
Yes.
And it's like this really weird sequence that like they're fighting on a train. And it's hilarious. The sound effects department really dropped the ball on this because when they're fighting on the top part, the girl gets like kicked off. She's like, oh. But then he wakes up and then right away he gets into his like MMA match, which I believe he wins.
He's like halfway through the MMA match.
Oh, is that when it happens? I thought he was,
and it was
such
like
a fever dream to me.
No, exactly. I think if that's what it was, like how I felt was like he had got punched so hard he was kind of out, and then had that dream, and then he was kind of come to before the ref could count him out, and it was like, oh, I better finish this fight.
Yeah. It was like a really weird sequence, but yeah, doesn't he end the fight with a tap out?
Yes.
I believe he knocks him out, right?
It's a tap out, and it was funny because it's a tap out, and then one of the Gracies, from was the announcer.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow.
So it was kind of like because they're known for the tap outs.
Yeah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. They're like the godfathers of it. Wow, that's awesome. I didn't. So like that really does kind of give this movie some legitimacy as far as like the action kind of goes.
Right.
Because the fights are pretty clean. Like the fights are like for any of these type of movies, the fights are always going to be the best part.
Yeah, yeah.
But for this one, the story was pretty solid. It would have been like an early '90s, late '80s classic if it came out during that time. We always say that about these movies, but really, you know, a lot of people romanticize the cinema from back then.
Right, right.
This is what it was. Well, I wonder from 20 years from now, like Avengers Endgame is like, oh my god, what a schlock. I can't believe they released that. Jeez.
Yeah, that didn't hold up in test of time. The computer graphics in that are terrible. You can just see.
Look at all the chopping from the frame rate. Oh my gosh. 60 frames per second. But for this movie, yeah, all of a sudden, I think it was, I forgot what part of the movie. This movie really began for me when he gets into prison, but
right.
But he somehow gets detained by some people.
Yeah, so they basically the cops, wink wink, show up and they're like, "Hey, we have to take you back to Thailand because you murdered somebody."
You're a murderer.
And he's like, "No, it was a fight. It was self-defense." And they're like, "Nope. You could talk to your lawyer about that." And he's like, "Let me see your badge again." And they're like, "Here's my badge." Taser.
Oh yeah, that's and then he wakes up.
It's a hell of a taser because he gets tased in America and then wakes up in Thailand.
He wakes up naked in Thailand.
Oh yeah.
Well, why does he have to be naked for this scene?
Well,
right now?
because they never showed Jean-Claude Van Damme's butt in this, so they got to show a little man ass because that is a requirement for every
Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Yeah,
someone's ass is gonna get shown.
Yeah.
Well, we do get more pleasant surprises because not only is his ass gets shown, but two sexy Asian death assassins' asses get shown.
Yes, that's a little bit later.
That's pretty sweet. But yeah, he wakes up and we find out that it's Raiden from the Mortal Kombat movie, and he's like, "You killed my champion, so you have to give me one more fight. I'll give you $1 million." And he's like, "I'll never fight to the death again." And then he gets thrown in prison, right? But like during the ultimatum was that he fights or he goes to prison for like life.
Yeah, I feel like I would just fight. It's
no.
like, and you are a white American, and everybody in prison is going to take a swing at the champ. So you're going to fight every day for the rest of your life. Or you could fight this one big guy and make $1 million.
Right. Yeah, but it's like to the death, right? So it's like, I don't know. I mean, he does want to get home to his beautiful wife.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. But no, he's like, no, I'm gonna go to prison. I'm gonna do that all. And he's like, oh, just to let you know, this prison has fans of Tong Po.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like when he gets there, he automatically is already getting ganged up on.
Right.
And we get a pretty decent fight sequence in here.
It's awesome because it is one cut.
Yeah.
Or else if there's cuts, it's seamless, and props to the editor. But yeah, there's like a 8-minute long uncut fight.
Yeah, and it's funny is like if you pay attention, you can kind of see when the stunt people are like looking to make sure that they fall properly. But hey, like that, I think that just adds more legitimacy to the whole. It's like a very Jackie Chan-esque type of stunt. Like there's no pads anywhere.
Yep.
Because it tracks. It tracks as they fall. At least that's how I want to see it. Just because I know like there's always that huge story where like Donnie Yen paid one of his stuntmen like $800 more. He's like, let me punch you for real. You know, and like Donnie Yen, I think he understands like the stunt, but I think a lot of those like Chinese martial art like movie stars understand that like a lot of these people, a lot of these stuntmen, they like wait around, and if they don't get used, they don't get paid.
Oh, right.
You know?
That totally makes sense.
Stephen Chow, I think, had talked about it in one of his movies. Like his movies was him being a stuntman and how hard it was. And so like I feel like for these movies that are being produced in Thailand, I believe this is produced in Thailand. A lot of these actors are like they're falling for real.
Right.
So I don't blame you if you want to make sure that you fall somewhere flat and not like on the stairs or something.
Because wasn't there like that story that Jackie Chan kind of got he was a stuntman and he kind of got his break because Bruce Lee actually punched him.
Yeah.
And he like finished the scene without
stopping or
without
like
stopping
for
and
assistance or something.
And Bruce was like you can be in stuntman in any movie I am.
Oh yeah. That's a great way, just like, just because it really sells the action too, right?
Right.
But while he's fighting, he accidentally knocks into this dark figure in the corner meditating, and it's like, oh my god, it's friggin' Mike Tyson. And they get into a huge fight. Mike Tyson is really not having an issue with this guy though.
Yeah.
And the fight gets broken up by the prison guards, and they end up getting lashed. Kurt is like yelling, he's griping. Meanwhile, Mike Tyson is looking at him like, come on, man, just take your licks. Let's go.
Right. Yep.
And, like they find like some sort of mutual respect because then Kurt's like, I want what you got.
Yeah. Yeah. And Tyson's kind of like, well, it's mostly mind over matter, but once you get beat enough, here's these herbs that you put on your back and it kind of just deadens the pain.
And then he's like, oh, here, I'm going to show you something that's behind these walls, something that's going to take your fighting to a whole nother level. And it turns out it's actually JCVD, who now has been blinded by Highlander.
Yep.
But JCVD is like, you know what? Actually, it's become this blessing because I've been able to. Now he has like achieved a higher form of martial arts because now he's pretty much Toph from Airbender. Instead of feeling the ground, he feels the air around him.
Right.
And so
he's Daredevil.
Yeah. Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know, like, it's funny though, because when he walks around, he still like has his hands out. It's like, dude, just get a stick. Like, no one's gonna fault you for getting a fucking stick. But I think at this point, Raiden does kidnap his wife because his wife ends up coming to Thailand to try to look for him.
Right, because he steals a phone.
Yeah, he steals a phone.
And he calls her and is like, hey, I didn't leave you. I got kidnapped. She's like, where are you at? And he's like, in Thailand. And then they kind of beat him down and take the phone back. But by then she's like, oh, yeah. I know where you were fighting before, so I know where you must be.
Yeah. And so she gets kidnapped by Raiden. So now he's like, I have to fight. I have to save my beautiful wife. And so he gets the prison training sequence, for some reason, everyone's really helpful, even though they're fans of Tongpo.
Right. And there's two actual MMA fighters that are in prison that are helping him. Yeah. And then there's like a professional soccer player who's like, hey, I'm going to kick soccer balls at your face. And you have to try to avoid them.
Yeah, you have to like turn around and avoid them. Yeah. It's a pretty cool training sequence, right?
Yeah.
In the middle of it though, like Raiden's like, hey, I'm going to give you state of the art training. And he's like, no, it's cool, man. I got my prison gang.
Yep.
They're gonna help me train. So he does get a little bit of he does get to go outside and train with Durand, who is played by JCVD, but he also put a stipulation that he's like, hey, I need a field trip so I can do an exhibition match.
Right.
Just to like shake off the cobwebs, meanwhile, JCVD is like, hey, I need to see this fighter. And the guy's like, dude, you're blind, you can't see. Like,
he's like, well, then you don't have to worry about me watching him train.
Yeah. But we find out it's Mountain from Game of Thrones. And he's like strumming a guitar while he's getting like steroids. I feel like they're like the new age steroids because this guy, like the guy that they have making it is like a top graduate from Cambridge and he gets a cool meal a year.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you take the largest man alive, and then you have like this super scientist who's like making the
juice,
the perfect juice.
Yeah, and he's big. He's pretty much Homelander from fucking The Boys. That's how it looks like. He's like in this facility,
and I'm like, most people know him from from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But like he was what 3-time World's Strongest Man winner.
That dude is thick.
Yeah.
Like every appendage he has is like a tree trunk.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you cut that thing off, it's been there hundreds of years. But yeah, like no, but then Durant is listening to him train, and then one of the guys that he's like sparring with gets a clean shot at his jaw, and he's like, oh, he has a glass jaw.
Yep.
And so he relays that message to Kurt. And so they hatch this plan, right? Because meanwhile, he sees it during a training session that one of the guys who was in the ransom or the kidnap video with his wife shows up as a new security guard at the compound. And so they hatch this plan to go take their field trip. They do a fight. For some reason, Kurt is getting beat. Like he's like getting hits. I was like, come on, man. Come on. You've had this training sequence. You know, Mike Tyson personally trained you. Their sparring match looks I would need diapers the first couple of times because they're
Mike in real life has got really fast hands. And so he, with a little bit of movie magic, he is a very impressive on-screen fighter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but like the way that they're training, they're like they're doing short stops. I feel like I think that's what they're called, where they like they stop short of like actually connecting, and so like I'm like, dude, you've had like maybe like a month or two of training, like nothing but training, and you're letting this Preston preppy comb over 6'3" guy give you some of the works. Nah, you shouldn't be taking any licks. But then we learned that he never really mastered to feel the air around him.
Yep, not yet.
But he's able to still win the match. JCVD is able to call his son. I didn't know he had a son. I'm glad he does. I was kind of sad though, like throughout the movie, I was like waiting for his son to be like really badass too. I was like, how are you gonna be the? It's like, you know. But then again, I remember Michael Jordan had kids and they weren't that great at basketball.
Well, it's the dedication.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff. There's a little bit of genes to it.
Yeah.
But like the Mountain Son would be a good fighter just because he would be naturally bigger than everybody else. But
I'd want the Mountain Son to come out like a midget. Like a little person. Someone's gonna be like, that guy he said midget. No, I think it'd be fucking hilarious if the Mountain had a kid and it was a little person. Like it'd be like twins all over again. With Daddy DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. But no, yeah. So but they're able to extract information from the security guard after chasing him down like this huge like chase sequence, right? We do get to see one of the girls that Kurt's wife was friends with. She does some dope like martial arts. Kurt's son, not Kurt's son, JCVD's son in the movie. He could hold his own though. He's not a pussy.
But he's more comfortable with the gun.
Oh yeah, he's more John Wick-ish with the gun than without.
Yeah.
He's John Wick with the gun, but he's Bill from Bill and Ted without his gun. I forgot which one he was. Was he Bill or Ted?
Bill.
He is Bill, right?
Right.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Bill S. Preston and Ted.
Oh, he was Ted.
Ted.
Darn it.
Yeah.
Now Twitter's gonna come after me. This guy doesn't even know who Ted is.
For some reason, I have to say their full name because that's how they announce themselves when they come out to be Wild Stallions. And then I'm like, oh, okay, that's once I say their full name, then I know
they come out in the same sequence. That's why. But no, yeah, and so they're able to go to the top of the penthouse, and we have this huge sequence of trying to find his wife. Freaking Raiden is in there with two Asian chicks in lingerie.
Right, yeah, his bodyguards that he's
sexy bodyguards.
He's massaging their butts.
Yeah, it's almost like a James Bond-esque type of bodyguard. A femme fatale.
Yeah.
And then we have, which I believe is a homage to Bruce Lee's, is it Game of Death? where they're on the island.
Yes.
Yeah, this is definitely from that scene because they even have like the frame, like the cut frames where it's like mirroring a mirror.
Yeah.
I was like, and then earlier on the movie too, like when the wife is looking for her husband, he's wearing a Bruce Lee t-shirt. I was like, yeah, you couldn't look more white than with the Bruce.
Didn't recognize that, but yes, I did think the same thing when they were kind of going through the building.
Yeah. He's able to Superman kick his way through a wall to knock them out with the debris, and they're able to find his wife. They had this little standstill, but then they pretty much dispatch that whole situation until they come out to the penthouse and they're all surrounded. And then Mountain comes down and he's like, "You're going to fight me, man." Not here though, and he's already manhandling this guy like a fucking ragdoll.
Yeah,
and right before he gets like a death punch, for some odd reason, the wife gets in the way.
and I feel like it's like, oh, he's not going to hit a girl, so I'll stand between them, and that way my husband doesn't get punched.
No,
and Mountain's just like, I'm going to punch you through your wife.
Yeah, if this was a sequel to Kung Pao, definitely Mountain would have punched through his wife.
Yes, yep.
And still killed Kurt Sloan. Yeah, and I thought this chick was dead. Like, this dude is like obviously he's 400 pounds. I was like, yo, no, this chick's rib cage is shattered, all 12.
Yep.
All of it, she has 2 collapsed lungs. Her heart stopped.
Yeah. She's smaller than one of his legs.
Her body weight is 1 leg.
Yeah.
But no, like we have a short trip to the after that, he's like, "Tell him I'll fight that son of a bitch any day." I was like, okay. I don't know how much more time you have in between this and that, but I don't think it's gonna really matter too much. And then we have a sequence where they're in the hospital.
It's a little bit rocky.
Yes.
Where like Adrian's in the hospital and he won't leave, but then JCVD comes in and he kind of like talks about,
is I don't pray to God. I don't believe in God, but I always find myself praying to him.
Yep.
So please come out of this coma. And then she's out of the coma.
Yeah.
No crack ribs, no nothing. Like she just like her body just went into shock. It's so silly. And then
or maybe she was unconscious for so long that her ribs healed.
Oh, so she has super healing abilities?
Yeah, maybe it was like a month. Who knows?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, if the Mountain he punched me in the solar plexus, I think I'm dead. Like,
right? Yeah.
That's like I don't know how hard Mike Tyson hits. I feel like Mike Tyson hits in his prime just about as hard as the Mountain does. Do you think? What do you think?
I think it's a very different training. I know the Mountain is like maybe held the world record for like deadlift.
Yeah.
I know that the person who beat him like 2 years ago for World's Strongest Man took that title, like that record from him.
Oh, and then he claimed it back.
And then, sorry, totally side story. Then the Mountain was like, I should have won. This dude,
he's juicing.
He cheated because there was like one event that I should have won that the judges gave him the win, and then at the end he was like 2 points ahead, and so he ended up losing to this guy. And then they had an actual for charity boxing event where it was like 2 years ago, World's Strongest Man versus last year's World's Strongest Man. And the Mountain actually looked looked more like a real fighter in that actual fight.
Yeah.
Than he did in this movie. This movie, he was just like, I'm going to crush you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was actually like a 3-round fight, and then it was the money went to charity, but the stipulation was, hey, after the end of this fight, our beef is done.
Yeah.
Whichever way it goes, and the loser has to get the winner's name tattooed on him somewhere.
Oh, and Mountain's like, that's not happening.
Mountain won.
Yeah. I know. I still think Mike Tyson can punch just as hard as Mountain can. Because like Mike Tyson, he's trained to punch.
Right. And
that
yes,
way that
it
dude
is.
moves.
It's one of those ones where it's like you're going to get hit by a slow oncoming tree trunk, or like Mike Tyson, like
that dude's a bullet.
Yeah. It's like a bullet. Yeah.
It's a life size. It's a fist sized bullet. Oh, I feel like if Mike Tyson, still even to this day, if Mike Tyson barehanded punched somebody in the face, that dude's probably dead. But no, so we get to the fight though, right? After the wife had miraculously recovered, like by some miracle of whatever God you believe in. We get to the fight, and it's a 3-round fight, I believe, and it's to the death. Right. And the last 30 minutes of this movie is just this fight.
Right. And like Lady Bloodsport. It was.
Oh no, Lady Blood Fight.
Lady Blood Fight. Yeah, whatever it was. It is hand to hand, weapons round, hand to hand.
I hate these weapons rounds because listen, like if they had done the OG way where they get on the second round, that's when they like honey up the gloves and then dip it in the glass.
Right.
I was like, oh, all right, man, this is
because then it's like bloody punches.
Yeah,
but it's still not like
it's not like two swords.
Right. Yeah, because I'm like because in the first round he gets. Our man gets pummeled by the Mountain.
Yeah.
And then like the second round,
he dies.
Yeah, I'm like, but like it's like, well, you at least stand a chance the second round because you're much faster.
Yeah.
And if you have a sword, go for some like vital arms spots. And legs, yeah. and then you have no.
Then you have a fighting chance. Yeah, like that's what I like. One of the things like I was kind of upset about was like, JCVD at this point, he's been fighting for probably 40 years, right? Since his like mid-20s, he's at the point of this movie, he's probably like almost close to 60 or something like that, right? And then I'm like this dude's he's like 6'10" or whatever,
right?
400 pounds, because you could tell by his how labored his breathing is or whatever. I don't know how blind people speculate, but that's what he's doing, right? And I'm like, all right, where's the scene where he's gonna be like, it's the exact opposite of the scene in Balboa where like Apollo's trainer tells about Rocky's like. You don't got the speed, so we're gonna drop nothing but bombs. And I'm like, all right, JCV like, you got nothing but speed.
Right.
And if there's a weapons round, you're like, we have to go for all vitals. Yeah. We have to go for knees. We have to go for like under the armpits.
Right.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. And this is a death match. Dude, wail on his nuts.
Yeah. Because we can look at you and tell that you are in top physical strength. Yeah. So yeah, you can run for the next 5 minutes and just tire the mountain out.
Yeah, tire the mountain out. Hey, listen, it might make for a Mayweather-esque type of fight where it's kind of boring, but it's a death match.
Right. It reminds me of the old Butterbean, did that boxer, and he used to be like, "I'm the king of the 2-rounders." Sure, I could fight 8 rounds, but nobody wants to see the last 5 rounds of a fat guy fighting.
Is that what he said?
So he's like, but I can go all out for 2 rounds and make every fight super exciting.
You know what? Respect to him, though, right? Because, like, listen, as much as good as, like, I feel like a lot of featherweight, like, lightweight, like, anything under, like, bantam weight has been, like, way more publicized than anything above that. Mm-hmm. Right? Because, man, but boy, do I love just 2 heavyweights just slugging it out.
Right. Yeah.
And Butterbean is like, I'm gonna take that mentality and condense it into two. How do you? All right, another side tangent. But how do you think Butterbean would have done if he had just lost weight and became like a legit fighter?
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
He was fast for a fat dude.
He was, and he dropped some serious bombs. He almost always knocked somebody out in 2 rounds.
All right, so let's get back to the second round. He does end up using the swords, but you know they just at the end of it kind of toss them away,
Right.
and Mountain just pretty much punches this dude in the heart, and he's dead. Right.
Right. Yeah.
But his wife comes. He's like, "No, Kurt, baby, Kurt, you gotta wake up." That's not how she sounds. I don't know why I said it like that. You gotta wake up, baby. No, but she sees the drugs that they have been pumping into the Mountain, and so she grabs that and injects it right into his chest. And he is like, "I didn't hear the ring. I didn't hear the bell. I could do this all day."
Yeah, because it's like a steroid and adrenaline like cocktail, and she Pulp Fictions it right into his heart.
And like the thing is, like, we don't even know if this is like a general drug or is it just tailored to the Mountain's DNA. Right? It could be some new age type of drug, right? No, but he wakes up and he's like, round 3, baby.
Yep.
And at first, so I thought, so he's like, he tells JCVD, he's like, give me the blindfold. I was like,
because this drug hyped me so much that I can now hear the air.
And like for the first minute of this fight, he's doing it. And then he all of a sudden takes off the blindfold. And then he almost dies again as the Mountain drowns him.
Right.
And then we see flashes.
It is
the past
weird.
movie.
He takes the blindfold off and then gets pummeled again. It's like,
he stopped feeling the air.
Yeah, put the blindfold back on.
Oh man, but yeah. So then we get another. Yeah, he gets drowned, and we get flashbacks of what I believe to be is the previous movie. You know, he hears Mike Tyson. He's like, "If you really want it, you'll get it." Type of mysticism or like mottos, like very fortune cookie esque. And then he gets out all of a sudden. He's able to pretty much dismantle the Mountain. He's using like the little ropes or the fabric that's all over to like give him like head kicks and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And by the end of it, he's able to use the chain that he got from the pool to just wail on the Mountain, and he chokes him out even after getting stabbed.
Yeah.
And then after that, like, he looks at Raiden and he's like, "Yeah, I fucking won, bro.
Give me my $1 million.
Give me my $1 million. Listen to all these people say white warrior, white warrior." I was like, I don't know. I don't like that. I like it when they pretend it's like an animal, right? Like the white wolf.
Yes. Yeah.
Like white warrior. I was like, so it's almost like the great value. Just like, yeah, white guy, white guy. And then the movie ends. We see all these like little bloopers of everybody just having fun on set. Like him and the Mountain are like laughing it up. And then we get to what I believe to be is like a little fight of him returning back to the MMA world. Mm-hmm. And then he like touches the ground, and then he goes for a flying knee. And I was like, no, that guy's gonna catch you in the ribs. Well, what a shitty end frame to go on, because I was like, oh, he's the first one that's gonna get hit. Even after fighting someone who's like 2.5 times your weight class, you're still getting,
because that's his like in wrestling. He's got that finishing move. Like every fight till the Mountain.
Yeah,
you see him do that like run and jump to do that like hit you on the top of the head kind of flying punch. But the Mountain catches him.
Oh yeah,
by the throat, and then just like slams him into the ground.
Yeah. All right, so before we get talking about what we thought about the movie, let's go to our other segment, High Star, Low Star. Kobe, do you want to do the... Yeah.
Yep, so we got a 9 out of 10. Far better than the previous chapter, Kickboxer Retaliation. Delivers spectacular fun. The flick really surprised me. It contains some well choreographed action scenes, and the storytelling is very intense. Alan Musi is a great choice as Kurt Sloan. The man is very skilled in martial arts, and boy, this is visible on screen. The whole cast is superb. I really like the cameo from
Ronaldinho
and how he threw.
He's a soccer player.
Yeah, and how he threw balls at Kurt Sloan. There are some quality fight scenes with Mike Tyson as well, and JCVD is simply great as Master Duran. His character is witty and well written. Jean-Claude proves that he's still got the moves. There are many MMA stars that appear in the movie as well, and this powers the whole film, or the whole fun. Sorry. What makes this flick utterly entertaining is almost half-hour long final one-on-one scenes between Alan Musi and Hofbar Broshinson, the mountain from Game of Thrones. This is arguably one of the most terrific one-on-one fight scenes I have recently watched. To wrap it all up, Kickboxer Retaliation is not a perfect movie, but it is more satisfying if you are a fan of quality martial art actioneers. This one won't disappoint you.
Oh man, you pronounced that word way better. I was like actioners. And then we got a 6 out of 10. I really couldn't find anything below the 6. Which I think is still...
It does have a Rotten Tomato score of 93.
Does it?
Yes.
This movie has a Rotten Tomato score of 93. It's almost... Is that certified fresh?
Certified fresh.
Oh my God. All right, 6 out of 10. Know what kind of movie you're watching. First off, why in the world do people still think acting and story are relevant in these movies? These kind of movies aren't released in theaters. They don't have $100 to $200 million budget. They simply are made for the fighting and the action. Know what kind of movie you're about to watch. If you don't like these kind of movies, what are you even doing? Go watch a Lifetime movie if you want story. Now I'm kind of like second guessing this guy's like criteria for like good movies. The movie is like stepping back into the 80s and 90s of action, mindless fun, thrilling fight scenes. Those who enjoy these type of movies will have fun. This movie does not have a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It does.
Oh my God. I gotta look this up. So, Kobe, while I'm looking this up, what are the parts that you liked about this movie?
92.
That's still,
92%.
That's still fucking high.
Kind of like you said, like there was a lot. I love that there was like people in here who are real fighters. I loved the Tyson stuff. Like I said, Tyson with a little bit of like movie magic is even more impressive in film than he is in like in real life. And I love that they did like who would have thought Tyson versus the Highlander. They did like a little Tyson versus like JCVD, yeah. Because they did a little fight, like a little. They kind of like were smart ass at each other, and there was like, and then it got serious, and there was a little fight, and it's pretty impressive. And they're both old men now. You know, they're both.
No, listen. You want to say that? I seen Mike Tyson train like last year, and he's still fucking terrifyingly fast.
He is. And Jean-Claude, his kicks are still on spot.
Yeah, he's still so limber.
Yeah. And then I love that they had Christopher Lambert have a little mini sword fight. Yeah. And like he was just kind of like, oh yeah, the old guys are showing off. I still got some skills with the sword. Yeah. And he pulls it out and yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about a real sword. He doesn't just pull out his meat sword.
Oh no, that would have been even more impressive.
No, yeah. I thought that was great. Well, now it's even better because I kept thinking he was Why did I think? I think maybe I should have heard it, right? Because then before you even see Raiden, you hear his voice, and I was like, that voice is so familiar. And I think it's only because I think one of the only reasons why I thought he was Raiden from Mortal Kombat 2 was because he's so much more skinnier now.
Yeah.
And the Raiden from the second movie was pretty like he was pretty lean.
Yeah.
Versus like Christopher Lambert, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Versus him when he was much younger, he was much more like meatier.
Right.
Yeah, he's much more built.
Right, because like in early Highlander, he plays like a Viking, right?
Yeah.
And so like that was kind of more his build.
Yeah. So seeing him, so like if for some reason I guess I mixed them up together. I was like, oh yeah, that's Raiden, but it's Raiden from 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love man. Every time I see Mike Tyson in any form of like media, like on his TV show, if it's a TV show or a movie, and I'm like, you know what, Mike Tyson is funny.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think I would love to see him more in things, anything, just because I feel like he has great on-screen presence. Even like he was in one of the Ip Man movies.
That is legitimately in my top 5 favorite fight scenes in a movie.
Yeah.
That is a super impressive fight scene.
I know, but in my mind I was like, nah, dude, Mike Tyson is totally crushing this guy. as much as I want to believe in like the what's it called, the Wing Chun and Ip Man being able to do anything, it's like, nah, if Mike Tyson is coming at you, he's coming at you.
Right.
It doesn't matter if he doesn't do any kicks. He just needs one solid hit, right?
But he's Tyson's in one of the Hangover movies.
Yeah, he's in the first Hangover. He also had a animated TV show on Cartoon Network, which was hilarious.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And so yeah, I would totally love to see. Like, I loved Mike Tyson's character in here. He kind of played like a very gruff Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can go with that.
Yeah, yeah. He's meditating. He's dropping hints of wisdom, and then like I think a lot of people don't give Mike Tyson a lot of credit because when you watch him like in podcasts and stuff like that, he talks. He's learned so much from how angry he was growing up until a certain point, and I think there was a podcast interview where he was talking about he's like, nah, I don't hate anybody. I don't let that take over me because he's just very philosophical, and I'm
right.
And it was like, yo, man. So that's why I would just love to see Mike Tyson more. I feel like now that he's like, he is older. He's like what, in his like late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, take it nice and slow, do some movies. I would love to watch him in like a boxing movie.
Right.
As like a trainer.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Like that would be so cool. Yeah, it's always good to see Jean-Claude Van Damme. I know he doesn't make too many movies anymore. He had that one self-proclaimed JCVD movie that I still haven't seen. Have you seen it?
Is that he had a
Van Damme or something? He had a movie where he was playing himself.
Yes,
just like Nicolas Cage is.
Right, and that he was like in that one was supposed to be like he was actually like a secret agent. And he was using...
Was that the movie?
And he was using the movies so that he could travel to different countries around the world to sell secrets or something.
Oh. Okay, so it's not a biography. It's
less of a biography. Yeah. Or maybe it's 100% real.
Oh, you never know.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know if the muscles from Brussels is a secret agent. That's why he couldn't be a main expendable. He had to be the bad guy.
Yes, yeah.
Which I still loved. I was like, do I believe Jean-Claude Van Damme could take all of you? Maybe. He's not so bulky. He fits the secret spy build.
Right. And I have to say, like, you take all the 80s like action superstars, I feel like at this age he still stands a good chance to beat them all.
I know, yeah. He's just so goddamn limber.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that dude has any hip problems, knee problems. Stallone, definitely, he has something wrong.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, like, so like for this movie, yeah, like just like even in my low star, he didn't even really bash the movie. He just wants people to understand, like, listen, if you're gonna watch these movies aren't for the story.
Right. Yes.
These type of movies that we talked about this whole month, these movies are all about just like classic 80s hardcore action.
Right. Oh yeah.
But for this movie, the story was somewhat decent. It was decent than like what you would have expected.
Right. No, that's like I said. You just need enough of a decent story to
Move the plot.
move the plot forward. Yeah. I mean, I also watched Bloodsport 2.
Yeah.
Because I thought Jean-Claude was in that one, and then he ended up not being in it. And they have a decent actor who very much mimics the fight style and the faces and the sounds of Jean-Claude. Just not the same. And that had a weak story. Like it just wasn't enough to.
Yeah, like all you need for these action films, right? Make sure you have a good fight choreographer, a good stunt director, and then a story that's going to be believable enough to be like, he has to fight.
Right.
There's no way he can't not fight. Like, the only thing I thought kind of ruined this movie for me was when the wife got in between her the mountain and the main character.
Right. Yeah.
I really hated that. I was like, oh, this movie would have been a classic without this.
Right. If at just one point in the movie, like a girl came up to the mountain and he was just like, I'd never hit a girl.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden that would make more sense that she jumped in front. Like, oh, I'm going to jump in front because he's not going to hit me.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, no, I'm just still going to punch him through you.
See, or I thought like maybe if they like when they had her in captivity, if the mountain just like slapped the shit out of her. And he's like, I'm gonna kill that guy. Or, because like obviously it's not gonna stop. Even if they're able to escape from Thailand, they're just gonna get brought back again.
Right.
Thomas Tong Moore. I don't know why he had that middle name. He was said to have an ungodly amount of money. So yeah, like, like just him, like maybe slapping the wife or hitting, not more. I mean, like if the mountain hit her like very lightly, but still enough to like knock out a regular person.
Right.
Or, or like, if Raiden was like, even if you escape, I'll just keep bringing you back. I'll keep bringing you back, and you'll keep putting your wife in danger. She's already been kidnapped. Now, if you're trying to weasel your way out of this fight, I'm going to fucking kill her. Then it's like, fuck, all right, fine, I'll fight. I'll do this fight for you. Whatever. Something like that. Like, I just thought, like, I feel like her jumping in the middle of it was sort of like a throwaway scene. Right.
Or like they could have been like, if you're not going to fight him, if you're not going to fight the mountain, then the mountain's going to fight your wife. And him just like one open hand slap him.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, oh, dude, no, you and me, anytime, any place.
This ends today. Yeah, see, something like that. Like, I think if they had done that, I would understand the 92% Rotten Tomato score. All right, yeah, come on. You can't tell me you weren't as surprised as I was with the 92%.
So, okay, the only thing I can think is this movie was put out for a very specific group of people who love this kind of movie. And it was, for what it was a well-done movie with some great cameos and, collection of people in it. So if only that kind of people watched this movie and then rated it,
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean,
You just didn't get average Joe and his wife watching this movie.
yeah. I'm just sad that this movie had a budget of 10 million and only made I guess in the box office it only made 100K. But I
guess that means it did get released somewhere.
Yeah, but I feel like it's made more money now than what it previously made. Like, how would you Google that? How much money did? Oh, there you go. All right, but that's just
because I don't know how much. It had to have made money because they're making one more.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much the nail in the coffin. It's like, if you haven't doubled your amount of money, we're not making the sequel.
Yeah. Well, apparently there's a. Oh no, that's just the. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You know this movie. Yeah. Like Colby said, they wouldn't make another one if this movie didn't make money somehow, right?
Right.
Because right now all we can see from as far as it made is just box office. And yeah, to be honest, like the average moviegoer isn't gonna watch this movie. But like, you know, if you're actively seeking, I think there's enough people that love just like 80s and 90s action flicks,
right?
That are like they can justify it. Like, we got to make another one.
Yeah, and I mean they do have a box set, but it's only the first 5 movies in the box set, so it's not this guy's like. Story. And so once they have the third one, then they'll have a trilogy of him.
Yeah.
And then they can make a new box set, like a little mini box set off of him. And I feel like that'll be.
That's what you're going to get, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
All right, guys, we're coming up to an hour. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this Underground Fight Club month selection of movies. But if this is the first time you guys are joining us, we have our reviews in 4 different sections. We have Stream It, DVD it, Blu-ray it, and the Who Watches This Ultimate Box Collection. Colby, where are you at for this one?
I would Blu-ray this. This is definitely rewatchable. I would definitely, and it's enough action with not enough need to follow story that you could throw this on in the background of any kind of like little action movie party, whatever. You got people coming over and you like throw a movie on in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously if there's, like Colby said, if there's going to be a third movie, a production, I'm pretty sure you can get a Blu-ray trilogy set.
Oh yeah.
Of all of it in one disc. But even then, like, I think there's like enough decent amount of like what's it called, like extras that you could put into this, just because you do have like a couple legit fighters in here. You have like the soccer guy, you have JCVD, you could do the whole backstory of the Kickboxer series. There's a lot in here.
And there's a little tie-in because like in like the opening montage like credit scene, they do actually show clips from some of the other movies, the older movies. Yeah, they do show that. So I thought that was cool too. So because of that, I could totally justify like getting a Blu-ray of this, because it's entertaining. Like that, I think that's the important thing. Like if you're gonna make like a low budget movie, well, I don't know if I can consider this. I guess you can, right? 10 million is not a lot nowadays for movies. Yeah. But yeah, like if you have like a pretty low budget, just make the movie like fun to watch, and it's a pass. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But if you make a movie like House Shark, I own that. Like that movie needed like 30 minutes cut out of it. It dragged a little, but parts of it are genius. Like I feel like they blew the budget on the first kill. The naked chick on the toilet. If I went to a convention and the House Shark, like some of the cast members were there, I would rebuy this movie to have them sign it. They're like, they'd all shake your hand like, thank you so much. We haven't sold any.
There has to be a convention where they have a booth somewhere.
There's got to be.
Yeah, there's
And then
no way.
there's probably a line. I didn't even think about that. There's probably like 6 movies that production team has done.
Oh, I thought you meant there's a line for the people to get the autographs.
There would definitely be a line. That's House Shark.
That's House Shark. You better put
Get
some respect.
get a movie poster and have them all sign the movie poster. I would definitely hang that.
No, you just get a 3D rendering of the first kill. Like a little 3D model rendering of it.
Yes. The toilet with the fin sticking out of it. Oh, yeah.
That's Colby's new paperweight. Yeah. Is that a toilet with a shark fin on it? It's like, you haven't heard of the cult classic House Shark?
Come, let's watch.
Come. You have 2 hours to kill, right? All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for joining us once again. Make sure you check out down below. We on our show notes, we have our Amazon affiliate links. I had bought some new gear for the podcast, so help me help me recoup some of that money back.
Definitely. And then we've got our social media, or like our Twitter and our Facebook, and we usually say just like and share. But you know what? This time I'm telling you, give us your underground fighting movies that we didn't review that are must sees. I want to see how many different fight movies there are that we didn't touch on.
Yeah, that we missed.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watched This. If you guys want to check out our theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on her album Music for Podcast 3, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.